Hello, hi everyone, myself Sanath. I am a mechanical design engineer. Welcome to my channel MechWorld or Mechanical World. In today's video, I am going to create a model which was asked as a tool test for a fresher to hire them as a mechanical design engineer. This is the 2D drawing of the model. Here it is a front view which is exactly cut at the center to show a section view here. And it is also cut perpendicular to the center to show a section cut view. There is a difference between section cut and section view, which I will be explaining you in depth in later coming videos. Now I'm going to create this model by using a software by the name catia V5R19, and I'm going to do in a part design workbench. So let us go to the part design by clicking on start, mechanical design, and part design here, and I'm going to name it as tool test. Click OK. Now I need to draw a sketch in order to create the model. So I'm going to select this view, that is the front view. If you carefully look at this, it looks like an elongated hole. So I'm going to draw the elongated hole profile on a horizontal plane by selecting a sketch command, that is position sketch command, and I'm going to select the plane on which I have to draw a sketch, and I'm going to change the horizontal and vertical direction to orient the view desired. When it comes to the elongated hole profile, it is located in a profile toolbar, and to create it I have to choose the 2 points and a radius for a circle, and you can see one of the dimensions got constrained automatically as my dimensional constraint command is activated. If you don't want this one, just select it and delete it. Now when it comes to a dimension here, when it comes to a dimension for this profile, it is having a length of 51.4, that is from center to center distance, and a radius of 4 mm. So I'm going to constrain this profile by using a constraint command from a constraint toolbar, and if you want to use the command continuously, you have to just double click on the command. Now press escape to unselect that one. Double click on the dimension to change its value. Now the value is 51.4 mm. Now when it comes to a radius, it is 4 mm. Okay, I'm going to move the dimensions near to the profile. Even though the dimensions are given, the profile is not constrained. If you just select the element which are not constrained and try to move it, it is going to move freely, and this edge is moving angularly. That means it is not constrained in horizontal way. So I'm going to right click and constrain it by choosing the horizontal option here. Now it is constrained as it is turned into a green color. Now come out of the workbench by using a exit workbench command in a workbench toolbar. When it comes to the extrusion of this profile, let me check out how much value I have to take it. When it comes to the elongated hole feature, I have considered only this part of the section. That is, if you carefully examine the center section of this, it is having a length of 10 mm. That means from this point to here it is of 10 mm, but this cylindrical feature we have to make it later on this elongated hole feature. Now I am considered only this part, it is of 5 mm, as that is what is remaining out of 10 mm. So I'm going to extrude this one by using a pad command from a sketch baser feature. Just click on OK and select the profile and extrude to a length of 5 mm. Now I'm going to draw this cylindrical feature here, which is of 5 mm and the diameter of 6 mm, and it is located exactly at the center of distance 28.2 from this left center point. Okay, now I'm going to select the bottom plane to draw a sketch. Select the sketch command, and I'm going to change the orientation of horizontal and vertical direction to the view that I required. Select the circle from the profile toolbar and constrain it to the dimension of 6 mm, and when it comes to a distance from center of a circle to the center of elongated hole, it is half of the total length, that is as total length is 51.4, it is 28.2 from the left extreme point, 28.2 mm. Okay, now I'm going to come out of the workbench and I will pad it to the remaining length of 5 mm. Okay, now these two are the features that I made it. Now I am going to create this feature which is exactly on top of a elongated hole feature. When it comes to a dimension, it is having a length of 8 mm from this point to here. It is not a diameter, it is a length of 8 mm. And when it comes to height, as the elongated feature is having a height of 5 mm, on top of it this feature exists. So from here, this point to here, they are given dimension as 7.3. Then 7.3 minus 5 mm is 2.3. That is what the dimension is from this point to here. That is, this feature is at a height of 2.3 mm on a elongated feature. When it comes to profile of that, it is here like this. So I'm going to select this plane. I'm going to draw a sketch of and I'm going to select the project command from operation toolbar to take a projection of this curve edge, and I'm going to draw a line by choosing the profile command from profile toolbar. This is the continuous line can be drawn with the help of this command. Okay, now everything is constrained except this point, sorry, this element or edge. Let us see its dimension. Okay, as I said, it is of length 8 mm, that is from here to here. It is having a length of 8 mm. So I'm going to constrain this edge from here to here as 8 mm. Okay, I'm going to come out of the workbench and I'm going to extrude it to a height of 2.3. That is what we have discussed. Okay, now this is it. Now I'm going to create this feature which is exactly at the top of this one, and it is a cylindrical one, and they are given a dimension as 3.5 with a height of 5.5 mm about this, and also one more cylindrical one at of a diameter of 6 at a height of 7.5 from this feature. And if you look at in a front view, it is shown here with a hidden edge. So on top of this plane, I'm going to draw a circular profile to make a cylindrical feature, and the center of that feature exactly lies at one point of a elongated hole feature, and it is having a diameter of 3.5 here. Okay, 3.5 mm, and I'm going to come out of the workbench by choosing exit workbench command, and I'm going to pad it by choosing the pad command from a sketch based feature to a height of 5.5 mm. 5.5. Okay, now on the top of this plane again one more cylindrical feature lies, and it is also having a center point exactly at one of the point of elongated hole feature, and this is having a dimension of 6 mm diameter, and I am going to extrude this feature to a height of let us calculate the height of this one. It is from here it is 7.5, and the bottom cylindrical feature is of 5.5, so 7.5 minus 5.5 is 2 mm. So here the height of this one is 2 mm. Okay, now after this feature I need to make this whole feature, and this hole is can be viewed from a front view like this, and its dimension is of that is diameter is 3.5, as the edge of this hole is exactly coinciding with this edge of the cylindrical feature, and the position is lying exactly at one point of a elongated hole feature, and when it comes to a depth of the hole it is exactly 5 mm, as the elongated feature is of 5 mm. The top edge of the hole is matching with the top edge of the elongated hole feature. Okay, now for creating a hole I need to create a point, so I'm going to create by selecting the point command from reference elements toolbar, and when it comes to a point type I'm going to select a circle option, and when I select this half circle, automatically the point will be created at the center of that circle. That is how this option works. And now select the hole command from a sketch based feature toolbar, and I need to select a point that is the center of a hole and a plane on which the hole has to be created. The type is a simple hole, and diameter is 3.5, and the depth of hole is 5 mm. Click OK. Okay, this is it. Now after creating this whole feature, next thing is here there is some removal of a material. If you see the section view here, and when it is viewed from a front view, the removal of a material is not throughout, it is only to a certain distance, and that distance is exactly coinciding with this width or diameter of this whole feature. I need to draw the profile like this and remove the material. So I'm going to select the bottom plane of the elongated hole feature, sketch a profile, I'm going to project, just click a normal view to make the plane exactly perpendicular to your view. I'm going to project the edge of the whole feature by using the project command from operation toolbar, and I'm going to draw the rectangle from a profile toolbar, and now I need to constrain I'm going to double click the constraint command, so I need to use it more number of times. Here, this edge of the rectangle has to be tangent to this whole feature. Here also same thing, and I'm going to select double click on the constraint command. I'm going to select the whole feature edge and the rectangular edge, right click and make it tangency. And now when it comes to a length of this hole from the center of this whole feature, that is, sorry, length of this material removal from the center of this whole feature is exactly 6 mm from this axis to here. How it is, as you can see the hole, the center of a hole to the extreme point of this feature is 10 mm, and this is a different one which is of 4 mm, and the distance from this to this point is 6 mm. So length of one of the edge of the rectangle to this center of a whole feature is of 10 mm. Okay, now I'm going to delete this edge which I don't require. Select the trim command from operation toolbar. I'm going to select the elements which I need so that unwanted element can be trimmed off automatically. This edge and this inside of this hole is what I needed, and I can select the trim command. This element and this edge is what I needed. The unwanted element get trimmed off. As you can see, it is converted into a construction element. If you exit from this workbench, you can get a clear view of the profile like this. Now I need to remove the material, so I am going to select the pocket command from a sketch based feature, select the profile, and when it comes to a depth, it is of 3 mm. Here you can see 3 mm. So 3. Okay, this is done now. Okay, wait a second, sorry, I think so I made some mistake. Okay, it is not a 10 mm, it is a 6 mm. Okay. Now this triangle profile I need to make in order to remove the material in this shape, and that profile is also having a dimension exactly coinciding with this diameter of the whole feature. So I'm going to draw the profile exactly at the mid plane, as this model is created from either side of the mid plane, and I'm going to sketch it here. Now I'm going to change my visibility to hidden edges so that I can get the view of the hidden edges. That command is in view toolbar, and I have selected this one so that I can select the edge for reference. Okay, I'm going to project this edge, and I'm going to select the line command from a profile toolbar, and I'm going to draw the line, and again, as I need to close it. Okay, this is it. When it comes to dimension of this triangle profile, it is of 4 mm, as you can see here. From this point to here, it is of 4 mm. So I'm going to constrain this to 4 mm. Okay, now I'm going to come out of the workbench by choosing the exit workbench command. Now this is it. Now I need to remove the material, so I'm going to choose a pocket command from a sketch based feature toolbar, I'm going to select the profile, and when it comes to a width, that is the dimension or to which the material has to be removed, um, as the diameter of this whole feature is of 3.5 mm, then this is it. The diameter of this feature is 3.5 and the radius is that is 1.75. okay, the radius is 1.75. I'm going to choose a mirror extent, and I'm going to give the depth of 1.75 and preview. So this is it, that the edge of the pocket is exactly coinciding with this whole feature. Click OK. Okay, now this is how it looks. Next thing is I need to draw this feature. Okay, this feature is lying below the elongated hole feature, and the dimension of this one is from the topmost plane of the elongated hole feature to a bottom. It is shown here as 8 mm. As we know that our elongated hole feature is of 5 mm from this edge to here, and the remaining thing is that is 8 minus 5 is 3 mm. That is from bottom of the plane to this plane, the height is of 3 mm, and when it comes to profile it looks like this. So select the bottom plane of this elongated hole feature, and I'm going to draw a sketch. Okay, now I'm going to project one of the edge of this circle by using the project command from operation toolbar, and with the profile command I'm going to, with which we can draw a continuous line, I'm going to close it, profile. Okay, now everything is constrained except these two. As this is moving angrily, I'm going to coincide this element with this edge, right click and coincide. When it comes to a length of this edge from this extreme point is they haven't given it. Okay, let me take assumption, because from this point to this edge it is of 5 mm, then for this edge it has to be more than 5 mm. There is some hidden thing here, we will see this later. Then this length has to be more than 5 mm. I'm going to constrain this edge with the center of this, and it has to be more than 5. I'm going to make it 8 or 7, whatever you want you can take it, but it has to be more than 5 mm. Okay, this is it. Now come out of the workbench by using the exit workbench command, and pad this profile to a 3 mm height. This is it. Now if you want to measure it, you can measure by using the measure command from the measure toolbar. Selecting this plane and this plane, it has to be of 8 mm, as here it is 8 mm from here to here. Okay, now next is, okay, the hole is made here. It is just a simple hole. It is exactly made at the center of this cylindrical feature, and its diameter is of 2 mm. Okay, now for that I'm going to create a point, and in point tab I'm going to select the circle option and select this circle, so that exactly at the center of the circle the point is created. Now select the hole command from the sketch based feature. Select the whole point as a center of a hole and the plane on which the hole has to be created. Diameter is 2, and when it comes to a depth it is 6 mm. Click OK. If you want to know how it is 6 mm, you can see here from this edge to this edge is of 5 mm, and again 1 more is of increased depth. It is given in dimension, so it is a 6 mm. Okay, next thing is this. Here a rectangle profile. Here the profile is of rectangle 1 and the width is of 3.3. When it comes to a lengthwise, here they are given from this point to this, it is of 5 mm. Okay, that is from this center point to here it is of 5 mm, and there the material removal is taking place, and it is throughout, as you can see here. The energy is throughout, that is material removal is throughout. So I'm going to draw a rectangular profile by choosing the YZ plane here, that is which is middle of this model. I'm going to sketch by using the sketch command. Okay, now I need to draw a line here, and I just drawn a reference line, and I'm going to draw a rectangle profile here. The next thing is to dimension that one. This is having a width of 3.3, that is what they have mentioned here. It is having a width of 3.3. When it comes to a length, from this edge to the center of this one is of 5 mm. Okay, next thing is this center is exactly of 4 mm from topmost edge, so it is 4 mm. Now I'm going to make these two edges of this rectangle exactly symmetry by right clicking and choosing allow symmetry line and symmetry with this reference line. Now I'm going to convert this element, this line, that is standard element, to a construction element by choosing construction command from a sketch tools toolbar. Okay, this is it. And now here when it comes to this edge which is not constrained, and you can either constrain it, but it has to be constrained more, that is its length has to be given more if you want to constrain. That is, it has to be more, this edge has to be outside from this feature, so the material removal takes place throughout. Now come out to the workbench and choose the pocket command and choose mirror extent and give a depth more, as complete removal of the material has to take place. Click OK. This is it. This is what I was talking about. Okay, now next thing is here there is some removal of a material taking place, as you can see from the section view, and the profile is being like this. The material removal is not throughout, as you can see in a front view with the hidden edges. It is not throughout. Its width is exactly matching to the diameter of this whole feature. So I'm going to sketch a profile exactly on the mid plane, and the profile has to be like this. Okay, this is what the edge which I'm going to take as a reference. This is the reference one. I'm going to project this edge, and I'm going to draw two vertical line from either point of this reference edge. Why? I will tell you now. Okay, now I am going to project this edge, that is top of the elongated hole feature, and I'm going to draw one more line, but to draw a line which has to be parallel to this edge as shown here, this one, I'm trying to draw this line, but I'm not getting a point here, that is it is not getting snapped. So what I will do is, there is one more command in a profile toolbar in sub option of a point, that is intersection point. As you select a two element, when they are getting intersected, the one point will be created. Here this is the point that has created now. So choose the line command. I got a snap here as I created the point, and draw a line now. And this line I'm going to constrain and make it parallel with this reference edge. Right click, parallel. Okay. Now again I am going to choose this intersection point and this element and this element, and got a point. From this point I am going to draw a horizontal one. Okay, like this. And when it comes to the length, it is exactly must match with the edge of this feature. So I'm going to project this edge, and with the help of a trim and extend command I'm going to extend this to a longer. And now I'm going to trim the unwanted elements. That is, I need only this line and inside one, so the outside get trimmed off. And double click on this if you want to use it continuously, and this inside one and this, so the outside element will be trimmed off. And sorry, it is, I think so it is better to hide. It's okay. This edge to this thing, and this element with this. Okay, now I'm going to click on normal view to get a exact perpendicular view, and I'm going to make these elements as a reference one. I can't delete that one. I'm going to convert them into reference one. Okay, this is it. Now one more thing is there. I'm going to quick trim this extra line here, so it is not getting trimmed off. I'm going to remove this. It is better to remove. Now I'm going to draw a line from here. Just select this, uncheck this construction, and to make it a standard element. Okay, now nothing is constrained. If you try to move, the profile is getting moved. So I'm going to coincide this edge with the top of this elongated feature edge. Okay, it got constrained now. Now when it comes to here, this point is not constrained as it is moving freely. I'm going to constrain this point with this point coincidence. Now everything got constrained. Now the profile has to be closed, so whatever the point that I have created, I have to make those points into a construction element. Okay, now come out of the workbench. Okay, as you can see, this is the profile, but you can see the point here. This point is not a part of this profile, so I'm going to double click on this sketch so that I can make this point a construction one. So it has to be not be a part of that profile. Now you can see. Okay, still exist. Double click on this. Let us see by analysis whether, okay, just click on the sketch analysis and see the geometry whether it is closed or not. Okay, whatever the extra thing is there, you just select it and make it a construction. Only I need this close profile one. Okay, now come out of the workbench. You can see now there is no point here. Okay, now I'm going to pocket this profile and I'm going to give the depth as 1.75. that is, as you know, this hidden edge is exactly coinciding with this whole feature. This hole is having a diameter of 3.5 and its radius is 1.75. so I'm going to select mirror extent and make it 1.75 so that this edge will be exactly coinciding with these edges of this pocket feature and hole 1. Okay, now I'm going to hide these hidden edges as I don't need it now. Next thing is this hole. I need to create a hole, and this is not a normal hole, it is a countersunk hole. So, and it is exactly locating at one point of elongated hole feature, and its diameter is 3.3. so I'm going to create a point, and point of the circle I'm going to select this circle, click OK, and hole on this point and the plane on which the hole has to be made. When it comes to type, here I am going to use countersunk hole, and depth of that tapered feature is of 0.5. that is what they are given. I'm going to make it as a 0.5 mm, and when it comes to the other, that is a simple hole, it is of diameter is this is what the whole diameter is, 3.3. so 3.3, and when it comes to a depth, it is through hole or up to plane I'm going to choose, and I'm going to select this plane as the hole is up to that plane or throughout the plane. Now click OK. Okay, this is it. This is how the model looks. Nothing is left, everything is done here. There are something which has to be made, that is these filleting things here, these fillets and these fillets. I don't think so that is necessary now. I hope you understood this. Now allow me to convert this model into 2D drawings, and let us see whether it is matching with these drawings or not. Okay, let us go to the drafting workbench. Let us start mechanical design and drafting here. I'm going to select the empty sheet, click OK. If you want to modify, you can modify to any sheet size you require. Now when it comes to the front view, just click on the front view from the view toolbar, go to window and again to tool test, and select I have to select this plane as it is what the front view is. Select this plane. Now it has to be rotated. If you want to rotate, you can rotate by using this navigation bar. I'm going to rotate like this. Now just click outside to create a 2D drawings of that model. This is it. Now I'm going to hide these references which I don't need it. Right click, select and right click, and select the hide and show. It is hidden now. Okay, as you can see, some hidden edges are not viewed, so right click, properties, and check the hidden edges, hidden lines, click OK. Now you can see this drawing is exactly matching with this, but this thing, can you see the hidden edges? It is not shown here. I think they have made some mistake, because that edge is of this one here. This hidden edge is what is viewed here. Okay, now and I'm going to create a section view. exactly at the center of this. Double click at the ending, click outside. Now this is what is created, but the direction is inverted here. So double click on this arrow and choose this inward profile direction. Come out of the workbench. Okay, now you can see this section view is exactly matching with this. Now one more thing is that now section cut. It is not a section view, it is section cut now. Offset section cut, that is here. And the direction is inverted. Double click on this arrowhead and change to inward direction. So this is it. It is exactly similar to this profile here. And if you want to check the dimension, you can check it. It has to be 10 mm from this edge to this one. Yes, it is. Okay, I hope you understood this. Thank you very much for watching this video, and please don't forget to share this to any of your friends who is in need of it. I hope you helped a lot. And in this channel I will be uploading the videos regarding topics of mechanical subjects, and also some of the exercise models in not only a CATIA software but also in different software. So please stay tuned. Click on the subscribe button that you see bottom of this video. Thank you. Please do share this video to any of your friends who is in need of it. In this channel I will be uploading the videos regarding important topics of mechanical engineering. With those topics, it will help you to understand some of the subjects of this discipline. And also I will be uploading the videos of some exercises, not only constrained to the CATIA but also some other software. So please stay tuned with us. Just click on the subscribe button below and the bell button to get notified of every video that I upload. Thank you.